G'day everyone, Daniel Anderson here. Welcome to this episode where we're going to take a look at Microsoft Forms integration into Microsoft Teams. Now, a lot of questions I get is around how can I gather information, or how can we generate an online form and allow our staff to be able to fill that form out. Now, there's a lot of use cases around this, one of which is the employee satisfaction survey. So what we're going to take a look at here is how we can utilize Microsoft Forms inside of Teams. And there's a relatively new little feature here when we go to use Forms in Teams that I want to show you. And it provides a little bit of extra functionality. So let's jump in and have a look at this particular scenario. So here I am in Teams. Now I'm in a particular team here called the Melbourne office, and I'm just in the human resources channel here. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to add a new tab, and I'm going to add the Forms tab. Now, one of the options that you do see now, or you will see soon if you haven't already got this, is I can create a workflow to automatically collect responses. And there's some pre-configured things here that we can use and then adjust as we need. So I'm going to click on select this radio button, and I've already got 3 specific form templates that I can choose from. Now, I'm going to choose this one here that's called the Employee Wellbeing Measurement Survey. All right, so let's just go ahead and select this. Now we're going to be taken through a little bit of a wizard here. Now you can see here that we're going to be able to set up it to be recurring. We can also set up an auto reminder for our team members, which is going to use Power Automate, which we'll have a look at in a sec. So let's just go through this wizard and we'll take a look at how we go about setting it up. So when I click on getting started, it's going to create that form for me. So, and we can see here, we've got a preview of the actual form. We've got some pre-configured questions and answers that it generates for us, or we can customize our questions in Forms. All right. So you can see here that I've got the option here to be able to click this. It's going to open up the form in Forms, and I can go ahead and adjust this if I need to. All right. Add questions, change answers, change the options and that type of thing. So you can see here we've got a nice preview. The next step as I keep progressing here is we're going to be able to see here and configure a frequency of how we can send out this survey and reminders. Okay, so it says here we've got 4 things that we can do. We can open the reminder and customize that in Power Automate, which we'll do in just a sec. And we can set up the interval and the frequency that happens. And we can also select the team and the channel that this gets posted to. And what we want to do is we want to copy that link to the survey to give people access to that survey directly from that message that we post into Teams. Okay, so I'm going to just open up this again. This is going to open up in a new tab, and we'll come back to this in just a sec. So the next step, we're going to progress here, and then we're going to save this. All right, so I'm not going to adjust anything here, but you could do that. And we'll hit save. What's going to happen now is it's going to set up this Forms tab for me automatically. And now we've got this form as a tab that is all now set up. Now, what we're going to do here is we're just going to jump into Power Automate, and it's opened up in a new tab, and we're going to just step through and set up this recurring reminder. Okay, so you can see here that it's the first thing that we need to do is set up the recurrence, and we can edit this now. It's going to happen every week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, but what we want to do is I want to set my specific time zone. In my case, it's going to be +10. And it's going to be Canberra, Melbourne, Sydney, which is usually down the bottom here somewhere. There we go. And I want to run this at 9 o'clock. Okay, so we can see here that it's now going to run at 9 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of every week. Now, I want to post this to a specific team. So I want to post this to, let's just say the Melbourne office. And I'm going to post that into the general channel. All right, so every morning, 9 o'clock, it's going to post a message to to that particular channel, and we are going to now set the message. All right, so you can see here I can toggle between the editors, but what I want to do here, and it's a little bit of a workaround at the moment in terms of being able to create a hyperlink in a message. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump over to the form. I'm going to click the share button, and I'm going to copy the link or the URL to this form. I'm just going to copy that. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type in the a little message here. Please remember to fill out the health check-in form, and I'm going to provide a link, and I'll paste that link in here. Fill it out now, and I will just close that tag there, and we're going to now save that. All right, so that is now going, what that's going to do now is every day that's going to run every weekday at 9 o'clock, and it's going to post a message to the general channel of the Melbourne office team. All right, so let's just give that a test now, and we'll test that flow out, and we'll make sure that that works as expected. So let's jump into the general channel. And there's the post, that the message that's been filled out, that's been posted. And when I click that, it's going to take me to that form where I can now fill this out. All right, so I can fill this out now. I can fill out the question and answers. I can submit, and there we go. We are done. So that's going to happen every day at 9 o'clock. All right. Great little way that we can integrate that into Teams. Now, from a forms perspective, let's now jump into where that form lives. So we can see here that I'm in as Alex. I've got my forms here, but you can see that it's not there. Now, the reason for that is because it's under the group forms, and you can see here that it's under the Melbourne office group, and I've got the employee check-in there. All right. So there's a little bit of a difference there because we created that form as part of this team in Microsoft Forms. It actually lives under group forms. Now, when I open this, I can now see the responses. So there's the response of what I just filled out. And then there's the answers. And the same thing, I can, like with any other form, Microsoft form, I can open that in Excel. And if I need to do some more data analytics around that, I can do that as well. Okay. So if I just jump back into Teams here, you can see here, there it is there. I've also got that tab inside here. Now, what we could also do in our flow, we could also copy the link to the tab. So if I copy that now, and if I jump back into Forms, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to adjust this flow here, and I'm now going to change the link so that it opens up the tab. So let's just change that link. I'm going to paste that in there, and I'll save that. Now what we'll do now is we'll test that out again, and let's just now run the flow. We'll jump back into the HR, into the Melbourne office team. We'll jump into the general channel here, and here it is here. Let's now click this, and you can see there that we're deep linking, and we're going directly to that particular form in that human resources channel, and it opens up that form directly. So a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a UI change there, and a user experience thing. It does make a lot of difference from a user experience. It means we don't have to change context. It doesn't open up a new tab. It just takes us directly to that tab inside of Teams. That's all we've got for this episode. I hope that brings you some value. How you can integrate forms inside of Microsoft Teams, but also post some reminders into certain channels when you are wanting to gather that information from employees. See you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. See you later.